Hey guys, welcome to the Runway Road Trip. I'm Ken Taylor, and I'm here today with two people that I really want you to meet, and I'll have them introduce themselves. They're a father and son team, and I think you'll enjoy their story.
I'm Cary Mettatal.
I'm Jules Mettatal.
All right. So, Jules, we'll talk to you first, since you came to New Heights Aviation some time ago to get your private pilot's license, and you are now a licensed pilot, right?
Correct.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Well done. So, what got you interested in becoming a pilot?
My dad sparked the interest. He's always been interested in aviation, always talked about aviation. And I thought, like, it was about around the time of me thinking of what I wanted to do, what my career was going to be. And it's like, hey, I'll just look into this. Gave you a call. So let's go on a discovery flight, and I was sold.
Okay, wonderful. Now, you said your dad sparked the interest. He was always interested in aviation. Was he a pilot at that time?
No, he was not a pilot at the time. Previous for medical school, I don't know how many years ago that was, but for medical school, he started working on his private pilot's license and was 3/4 of the way done. And he gave it up to go to medical school, and he still had that interest.
Okay, okay. And so once he ignited that fire in you, and you pursued it, you got about halfway through the program, and then he decided, I think I'm going to do this. Is that how it happened?
Correct.
Okay.
Got him a logbook in December for Christmas, and that was his final go-ahead, saying, hey, I want to do this.
Okay. Cary, what was it? Did you just see your son having so much fun that you couldn't stand it?
It had always been a dream, and after going to med school and getting married and having children and knowing I wasn't going to do it for a career, it was kind of hard for me to substantiate at the time. I was so busy as well, and so, but yeah, I saw him having a lot of fun, and I said, hey, I want a little bit of this. But I tease people and tell them, I say, the best Christmas gift I've ever gotten was a $10 pilot's logbook. So
Yeah.
it was awesome. That was kind of their graces to, hey, Dad, go do this, and so that kind of pushed my buttons, and got back in and I got the logbook for Christmas. January 2nd, I was doing a flight. So
Wow, that's awesome. I really love that story. You know, earlier today we were talking with a young man, a gentleman rather. He was in his mid-60s when he decided to go ahead and get his license. I think you may have seen him out front when we were talking with him there.
Did.
Yeah, now he's 84 and still flying on 2 or 3 times a week, and so it's just, so basically if it was something that you were interested in earlier in life but you didn't pursue it, and now you're at a place where you have more time, money, energy, whatever, to do it, it's you felt that it was worthwhile to do so. And so far, how's the training been for you?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. It's been phenomenal. It's kind of interesting. I'm a very different pilot now than I was 35 years ago before med school. Obviously, being perhaps maybe a little wiser anyway. Yeah. So I fly the plane a little differently, but yeah, it's been incredible. It's just been incredible. It has. I'm about to enter check ride prep, so
Okay,
yeah, we're about to get it.
So if I remember correctly, earlier today you just completed a cross country flight, solo flight.
I
today,
did.
right?
I just did my long solo cross country today. I did about 3.5 hour trip, and
Oh wow.
yeah, grew up a lot. I grew up a lot, but it was fun.
Where did you go for this trip today?
I went from Batesville to Greenville, Mississippi, from Greenville, Mississippi over to Tupelo, Mississippi, and then Tupelo, Mississippi back to Greenville.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, back to Batesville.
Back to Batesville,
Back to
okay.
Batesville, yes, sir.
Wow,
Yes, sir.
wow.
Yeah.
And, tell us a little bit about that experience that grew you as a pilot.
Yeah, well, first of all, when I looked at the weather this morning, it said it was going to be 190 at 14 knots in Greenville when I landed, and I was like, goodness gracious. So it turned out to be a crosswind, though, at 9 knots. It was 240 at 9 knots, and so I landed great and had to get above the clouds going down, and which I had done before with my instructor, Will, and so I was comfortable doing that, so got up to cruise altitude above the clouds. And coming back, though, I got up to, I filed for 3,500, and it got up there, and I noticed the clouds are in front of me are there at 3,500, so requested fly up to 5,500, and then on up to 7,500, and then they were still going up to about 10, 2, even further beyond. and so had to come back down and divert some convection that was occurring and or looking like it was occurring. And so, it was rough down at 2,700 feet. It was pretty turbulent. And so had another crosswind landing at Tupelo. Not quite as bad. It was 5 knots, but came on back into Batesville and had an 8-knot crosswind at 260. So it was crosswinds all the way landing, and so
that will grow you. Huh?
Yeah, it grew me pretty quick. It did. It did. I got back and said, "Whew."
Now tell me this: as a human being, how does it feel to be above the clouds? I mean, not all of us humans get to see that sight picture, that view.
It's just beautiful. It's a feeling I describe as free as an eagle.
Wow.
Just free as an eagle. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Incredible.
That's one of
Powerful.
my favorite things to do is to be on top of the clouds, just skimming along. It's really peaceful up there.
Very peaceful. Very
peaceful.
peaceful.
Yeah. Wow. So Jules, what is your are you planning on becoming a commercial pilot, or are you going to be just a recreational pilot? What's your plans for aviation in the future?
I plan to go all the way, get my instrument commercial and multi,
Okay.
and I plan on trying to maybe do freight or airlines with that.
Okay. So dream job. What is that dream job? If you had to plant, okay, I want to fly for this airline or this freight company. What's your dream job?
I would have to say dream job would be FedEx.
FedEx. Okay.
Getting back here home to Memphis.
Oh wow, that'd be
That would be-
ultimate there, huh?
Yes, sir.
Right here at home,
Sir.
but get to travel the world from home, huh?
Absolutely.
Wow. I've always felt like, that old saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's, for me, it's true. For me, it's true. I believe it would be true for you as well.
So
Yep. So, if you were to, I assume that you're going to also just in your spare time, or as you proceed along, you're going to do some pleasure flying as well. Just doing some type of trip that you enjoy doing. Is that true, or are you just going to focus strictly on commercial flying?
well, absolutely. Me and Dad took a pleasure flight past Thursday, just to get up and bebop around.
Okay.
Kill some time as well.
All right. So you guys were able to fly together. That means one of you guys must be a pilot already, huh?
Yes, sir.
So which one is it?
It's me.
You're the pilot.
Yes, sir.
And Dad is the passenger. Co-pilot.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Dad's not jealous of you at all, is he?
It's funny, he told his instructor, he said, "You watch, Dad's going to accelerate finishing right now." You don't know what I got. And he's right. He's right.
You lit a fire under him. You
Yeah.
got him motivated.
We got in the plane the other day for this pleasure flight, and I said, "All right, I'm going to lay some ground rules." I said, "You're pilot in command. I'm co-pilot. We're not father-son right now,
Yeah.
okay? We're going to keep this professional. It's going to be fun," and we did, and it was just a blast.
Just
But
had a blast.
what an honor for him
Yeah.
to ask me to go on his first
Yeah.
ride after licensure.
I
his first
can
flight ever.
imagine how proud you must be.
Yeah, it was a huge honor.
Yeah. And knowing Jules is a great guy anyway. So yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. So and of course are you going to the airlines as well? Or?
No, I don't think I'm too far across the river with this doctrine thing to do that. But I do have plans to go ahead and get my instrument, and
Okay.
and I'm probably going to go ahead and pursue getting my commercial, just if I can maintain a medical and get that far. And a pipe dream for me is to perhaps fly right seat in a charter with Captain Jules one day. That would be a pipe dream for me, And but yeah, we actually bought an airplane.
Okay.
We bought an airplane here a couple of months ago, trying to get it home from the western United States, Washington State, and so we have a Cessna 182 on the way. And
wow.
we're going to jump in it.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. We're going to jump in and start doing some pleasure flying. So
Okay, so it's currently in Washington State.
it is.
And we're here in Mississippi. And is the anticipation, is it just eating you up, or you seem to be very patient?
It is eating me up. Actually, I've yet to see it, and
Yeah.
bought it unseen, and so yeah,
wow.
it's a really beaueful looking aircraft and really well equipped. It's
Okay.
pretty much coming to us turnkey with the upgrades. It would take most people 5 years. So yeah, we're really excited to get it. But yeah, I am chomping at the bit. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Wow, that's incredible. So, All right, so you got a 182. So purchasing an airplane, is it more like purchasing a real estate, or is it more like purchasing a vehicle? How do you go about purchasing an airplane?
It's very different from purchasing both, really. Actually, we've been looking for one for 3 months, and
Okay.
and we found some websites that are
Okay.
out there, and we were looking at planes on those, and just really started familiarizing ourselves with the market, and the cost, and, what you get for the cost, and so forth, and had actually made a couple of calls on some planes, and every time I would call, they was, I just went under contract, and so when we actually flew down and thought we'd had a plane bought, flew down to the Gulf Coast, Mississippi Gulf Coast, and Pascagoula, and thought we had a plane bought, and ended up having a lien against it, and so the guys backed out, and so we were like, goodness gracious. So
How did you find out about that lien?
got as far as doing the title search.
Okay.
Got as far as doing the title search. They when you buy the plane, they recommend you go with an escrow company,
Okay.
which does a title search.
Okay.
And they did this title search, and when they did this title search, it turned up this lien from 1991 that the guys weren't even aware they had on it.
Oh, wow.
And so that we ended up losing that one. That was very disappointing. And so I even became more determined to buy an airplane, and found a plane, and called a guy who Brandon Heller, I believe. Yeah, up in LaGrange, Oregon, and anyway, he said, I just got this plane under contract, but I just listed a 182 that's even better.
Oh, wow.
And he said, I'll send you the listing, and so he sent me the listing, and then an hour and a half phone conversation later, I'd committed to buying the plane, because I recognized that when these things get listed, they go pretty quick, and so
Now, to that end, making a decision like that, how do you assure yourself that you're buying a good airworthy, sound airplane? What do you do to provide that security?
This guy that I was actually dealing with is a broker.
Okay.
And so he was very knowledgeable about the plane. It was a father and his sons who owned a manufacturing company up in Washington State who were selling the plane, and so they had called him to list the plane, and he had become familiar with the plane, and so he's at that point he sent me the logbooks to the plane, and we reviewed the logbooks.
Okay.
We then
He sent you the physical logbooks, or just
digital logbooks.
Digital copies.
He sent me digital copies of the logbooks, and then at that point we went ahead with arranging a guy to come do a pre-purchase inspection.
Okay.
And so a guy that only does Owen Pano, I believe is his name, who only does pre-purchase inspections. Incredible job. Came in and did a pre-purchase inspection, sent us every finding he had with the airplane, sent us pictures of it, descriptions of it, and a very detailed report. It was impressive, and so at that point we knew exactly what we were dealing with the plane at that point, and committed to going forward.
Okay. Now, Jules, once your dad gets a plane here, are you guys you gonna arm wrestle to see who gets the get to go fly it?
We might have to.
It might come to that some Saturdays, right? We're at least going to flip a coin.
Or maybe you pull rank on him. You've got more hours.
Yeah, that's right. In the end, we bought this plane. Yeah, I certainly want to do leisure trips with my wife in it. But one of the big reasons for buying this was to time build for Jules as well. So yeah, we're excited about that opportunity for him.
I see lots of fun in your future. I'm sure you.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You're gonna just pick your destination, go here, build you some time, go there. It should be pretty exciting. And I'm excited for you. So I know you must be excited. You got some buddies gonna fly with you? Girlfriend?
Girlfriend, she might be a little while for her parents to give in. But I hope me and Dad get to fly a lot.
Okay.
Hope we make frequent trips to the coast. That's the place we like. We like the coast.
Like the
Mississippi
coast. That's a good thing. What actually, I'm a helicopter pilot by trade, and I've been flying a helicopter since 1988.
Awesome.
And I was at work in Tennessee. I was doing work over in Tennessee one time, and the nurse that I was working with, she told me that she and her husband would sometime in the morning time from Tennessee drop their kid off at school, fly down to Orange Beach, I believe it is, somewhere on the Gulf there, walk around on the beach hand in hand, enjoying the day, fly back in time to get home for their or to pick their kid up from school, and I'm like, I am so jealous.
Sounds like a pretty awesome day, doesn't it? Yeah.
And so that wasn't the main reason I got an airplane, but it was definitely an encouragement because I was like, I'd love to be able to do that. Now my wife is not as motivated to fly as I would like her to be, but she is starting to enjoy it more. So that's
awesome.
something that's a plus for me. I call
Absolutely.
it winning when the family's involved with your flying, like you guys, and if your wife is in trouble, that is a win. That is you're winning, sir, as I would say. You are
Absolutely.
winning. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see. What about, okay, so he encouraged you and you encouraged him. And so for someone for our viewers that may be interested in aviation and curious about aviation, one, would you give them any words of encouragement that that it's worth the pursuit, or how to get started? Either of you.
Absolutely, I would. Especially, I guess my message is I've encountered now that more and more people in the community are finding out I'm flying. I encounter somebody weekly who goes, that's always been a dream of mine, and I tell them, I said, go do it.
Yes.
Go do it. They're most of them in their mid-50s as I am, and I'm like, you're not too old to do this. Go do it. And I say, they said, I just always want to go up and see what it's like, and do that. And I just tell them, go take a discovery flight.
Yes,
Just go right out here. We've got a great little flight school right out here at our local airport, and it'll be convenient for you, and they're flexible. And just go take a discovery flight and see it, and just let them know you're not too old to do this, and you can do this. And what it's meant to me, it's been in my mid-50s. It's just been a awesome newness in my life. That's given me some new motivation and something to look forward to. So yeah, never too old to do it. It's my encouragement to it.
Yeah, that's really encouraging to hear, because again, you guys seen Mr. Brown earlier, 60, I think it was 62, I believe, 62, and he's currently 84. Really. He's 62 when he got his license. I mean, imagine that. That's mind blowing, but yet it's, to him, it's perfectly normal, and it should be perfectly normal. If someone is, they're at a point in life where they said, hey, I've always wanted to do this, and now you're in that space where it's available to you, make it happen. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Is there anything else that you guys would like to add to what we've talked about today?
Julius?
I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity. It's just invigorating to be able to do this. It challenges my mind, and I'm just grateful to you, grateful to New Heights Aviation, and its instructors, and not only that, we have a great airport community out here, and that's Jules and I mean, we just drive down here and hang out.
Yeah.
Jules is working at the FBO here this summer, and this has kind of become a little respite for us. We just, we enjoy it so much. We enjoy our airport community so much, and so it's so much more than just the flying too.
Right, exactly. That's something that I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's something that I enjoy. I enjoy hanging out with other pilots. I enjoy just talking shop, if you will. It's something that's, when people who are like-minded and like interests hang out together, that's very, very positive situation.
It is.
I really enjoy that.
It is.
We have an organization here called Panola County Aviation Enthusiasts. You guys have been to those meetings, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And it's just a group of guys who love airplanes and love hanging out and eating good food. So.
It's crazy. It's one of the guys that's very involved with the club you're talking about, Tony Womble. I'll never forget this. We were watching a net jet that came in and picked up some guys one day, and they were starting to taxi back out. Well, it's about 12 to 14 guys left here, and we all walked outside on the tarmac, and we all stood there and watched this jet take off like a bunch of boys.
Yeah.
And Tony turned around and he goes, it never gets old.
It never gets old. Exactly right.
It's in your blood. It's in your blood. So that's, and it's in our blood.
Yeah. it's true. You know, we call it the aviation bug. Once that bug bites
That's
you,
right.
it's hard to resist at that point. You know?
Absolutely.
And like you said, it never gets old. I could get off work, and when I'm getting ready to leave, the pilot that's replacing me could get a flight, and I'm going to sit there and watch him take off. You know, it never gets old. I want to see that helicopter lift and see it go into the air. Just wow, just mesmerizing.
It is always amazing.
Yes, it is. All right. Let's see. Courtney?
I said, that's all I got.
Okay, there's something else. Got a lot of questions. No. A few more questions there. Yeah. About the airplane that you're buying.
Yeah.
Okay, what year model is it?
It's a 1981. It's a 1981 182R, Cessna 182R.
Okay. And what type of equipment, avionics, does it have in it?
It's got a Garmin 650 that's
Nice.
that's driving it, and then I forget. I think
Garmin
you've taken
500
a Garmin 500 triple axis autopilot, and got a dual stack G5 in it for instruments, and then we're just now having a JPI 930 primary all digital instrument monitor, engine monitor put in it, and so it's going to be state of the art. It's state of the art, so we're excited about that. Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, something that I ask a lot of people, you know, of course, when we think about cars today, you know, a 1981 model, that would be considered an older car. In aviation terms, you know, we're talking, you know, the 81, that's like almost like a new vehicle. You know, it's got all the latest equipment in it.
That's right.
It doesn't happen to have an air conditioning, does it?
It's got a little floor cool cat or something, I think it's called. Yes, sir. I don't know how well that's going to work in this Mississippi humidity and heat, but it's got something that maybe it'll keep it a little 10 degrees cooler or so, maybe on the ground in it anyway. So yes, sir. But no, sir, it doesn't have a dedicated air conditioner to it. No, sir.
But even though, again, state of the art, you know, and plus when you get at altitude, it's a lot cooler anyway, right?
Right.
Yeah,
It
you can
is.
open vents and things
It
like
is.
that.
Yeah, it is.
But the higher you get. So, tell me, Jules, you're a fresh new pilot. What is the temperature lapse rate?
2 degrees for every 1,000 feet.
So it gets 2 degrees less per 1,000 feet. Okay, we won't take your license. So, as an example, if it's 5 degrees at here on the surface, or let's use a number. If it's 30 degrees here on the surface, a hot day, 30 degrees Celsius. So, if you go to 10,000 feet, what temperature would it be? Asking you to do math on the fly.
10 degrees Celsius.
Yes, 10 degrees, exactly. Because basically, for every 2,000 feet, as you mentioned, it gets 2 degrees less. And this is not wasn't a check ride, by the way. It's like, hey, I flushed all that information once I took a check ride. But yeah. But at any rate, I really appreciate you guys coming out and talking with us today. It's been great hearing your story. I'm just fired up about your story, really, because to see both of you guys encourage each other, to know that you guys are gonna, you know, you're gonna have so much fun together and so much time that you'll be able to spend flying around the country together is just that's exciting to me, and I know it's exciting to you as well. And then you and your wife will get to fly, you know, just go pick a spot and go there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pick a
we're
spot
excited
and go
about it
there.
too. We thank you for the opportunity to join you.
Man, it's been great, Well, anyway, I appreciate you guys' time,
Sure.
and
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed.
We enjoyed it as
Yes,
well.
yes.